Remember, I'm a conspiracy theory. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm the crazy one, okay? Saying these people are socialist. She's in front of socialists, and watch what she says now.
That's no right thing to do, to actually say, I'm a socialist. As you guys know, right now we are living in a time which is going to dwarf the McCarthy era.
Wow.
It is going to dwarf the internment during World War II. We are right now in a time that is going to dwarf the era of Jim Crow and segregation.
I got to get my arms around this one. First of all, let me just address the media, because I'm sure you're camped out right now in front of Bertha Lewis's house to ask the question, Bertha, are you a FEMA camp conspiracy theorist? Because I was watching the Glenn Beck show and we were reporting that he was a FEMA camp conspiracy theorist, but then he debunked them. Yet we never corrected any of that. We kept saying, are you the FEMA camp conspiracy theorist? Because what camps are you talking? Internment camps. Media, I'm sure, is going to jump all over this. They're all over this. Just like they jumped all over it when I disproved the FEMA camp myth. So she must have new evidence. Somebody should call her in the media. How about we go back with some words that Bertha's buddy Barack Obama once said? Let's stop with the politics of fear. I mean, holy cow. Internment camps? Internment camps. Have you seen what people claim I say and don't say on this show, but they claim it anyway? Here she is saying you're going to be rounded up and put in internment camps. Jim Crow-like segregation? McCarthyism? McCarthy, he was a powerful senator who used the power of the government to round people up. Bertha. May I call you Bert? Bert, one question. How exactly will a group of moms, grandparents in lawn chairs, and regular citizens round people up? I mean, I'd like to point out that that's... I think I can go out... Are we in the safety tree? I think I can go out on the limb of the safety tree and say, I think it's been every time that big government has rounded people up in internment camps and not accountants. I mean, really. It's the socialists that you are speaking to who are able to do that. You know what I mean? If socialists, communists get into power, that's the thing, you know, they do. You know, I'd also like to point out, Bertha, here, that it was the progressive FDR, a Democrat, progressive, big government guy, who you are now holding up as the model who made the internment camps and rounded people up and put them in. You were talking about segregation. It's weird, because did you know that we didn't have a segregated army until Woodrow Wilson? A progressive Democrat, progressive, who was also a radical racist. He resegregated the military. Again, I've never seen an internment camp, you know, set up by a talk show host or a grocery store clerk. Only an out-of-control government that has ever done those sorts of things. Only a government that has all the apparatus. A gigantic government that can clamp down whenever they want to. It is amazing to me that the media is trying harder than ever to paint the Tea Parties as rabid, frothing at the mouth, unhinged lunatics ready to start firing at any moment. We have Bertha Lewis getting millions of dollars of taxpayer money, building an infrastructure right alongside the government, telling the socialist to be proud that you're a socialist. Look, you're a socialist, whatever. But then telling those socialists, look out, because people are going to put you in an internment camp. And no one says a word. No one. The more this administration and its media cronies try to paint the Tea Parties into the radicals that the radicals in the administration and the media really are themselves, the more apparent the lie becomes. They don't ever have the footage to support the claims. How many times have you seen the report, and the dangerous rhetoric of angry Tea Party goers came to our local town today with anti-government protesters wielding firearms and a vitriol that have police on edge. And then this footage comes on the TV and you're like, whoa, that guy looks pissed. Oh boy, and she's holding on to her chest and she's got a baby in her arms and she's got a camera. Here's the truth. The Tea Parties are so nonviolent and peaceful that police, who, by the way, the Tea Parties like, the police in towns like Raleigh, North Carolina, are actually relaxing security measures taken at Tea Party rallies because of how low the threat of violence actually is. Here's the thing that we have going on our side. Principles and values. Martin Luther King trusted the American people. He was a man of principles and values. You trust the American people, just like he did. He knew that once his neighbors saw, once America saw somebody getting hosed down or dogs or whatever, America wouldn't stand for that. You know the same thing, that once your neighbors see the truth, the regular schlubs will reject the media's bogus claims. Once they see, wait a minute, who are you with? What? It's only a matter of time before this collapses. But it's a dangerous time, because that's going to frustrate the other side. And they will become more and more desperate. They already are taking the mask off. While Acorn is going underground, they're going underground with another name change. Why are they doing that? Because they have to change masks, because you've seen this mask. We took the Acorn mask off and we're like, oh my gosh, that's who they are? Quick, put another mask on. And while they're doing that, they're becoming more and more frank, more and more meaningful with their words. Their allies at SEIU, they pleaded not guilty in the Kenneth Gladney beating. Not guilty, Your Honor. I'll tell you, I don't even know what you're talking about, Your Honor. There's absolutely no evidence that I was ever involved in. Oh, wait a minute, you've got videotape of me beating somebody. That's a problem. Oh, and I'm wearing my SEIU shirt. Okay, nobody in the jury box, look at the video. This is Union thugs beating a man, calling him the N-word. Acorn and SEIU still standing side by side. Why? Why? When they were beating Kenneth, they were saying, what's an N-word like you doing here? Because I believe what these people are saying. That's why. Why wouldn't I be here? Is it my skin color? Does that make me have to be against these people? Is that what this is? Sorry, I thought Martin Luther King said, don't judge by the color of the skin, but the content of the character. Is this enforced segregation, an implied sanction from this administration? How dare you have a mind of your own? Don't you know whose side you're supposed to be on? Is this really where we are, America? Is it? You should have read my email yesterday and the Twitter account. Oh my gosh. The arrogance, I don't know if it's just arrogance, and it might be, or stupidity. I mean, it's astonishing. Have you noticed that nobody even argues the points anymore? Last night I drew this on. You know what the response was? He's crazy. He's stupid. I didn't even know what it meant. And it reminded me of, you remember that school bully that we used to have? Every classroom had a bully, a stupid bully in their classroom. And the teacher would say, Billy, okay, explain that. And they'd go, I don't want to. It's stupid, and so are you. That's what they're doing now. I think the most intelligent thing I saw was, Glenn, you're just one big fat glob of goo. Yeah, I agreed with that one. But another one said, Glenn, you should read a book. It was the Nazis who rounded up the communists. Yeah, I had read that somewhere. In fact, we did that on a show. Let me do it for you next and show you what you seem to be missing. Back in a second. Bertha Lewis from Acorn, speaking in front of the Democratic Socialist, she said that the internment camps are coming. Internment camps are coming, and why is it nobody in the press will show that? Last night, I showed you this railroad thing, and people are just, I mean, they just want to hear what they want to hear, or they're not paying attention, I guess. Glenn Beck should read a book. That was one of the emails we got. It was the Nazis rounding up the communists. Yes, yes. But let's call the Nazis by their real name, the National Socialists. Okay? Communist, this is the European left and the European right. National Socialists, the communists also, they have socialism between them. The National Socialists, the Nazis, did round up the communists. Okay? But the communists, they rounded up the store owners first. Nazis, number 2, the old and the firm. Number 2 on the communist list, farmers and landowners. 3, I think, was Jewish on both sides.